All right, welcome back to Huddle Up. Thomas Pocrnic and Luca Celebre as always, but we're joined by a very, very special guest today, and we teased it a bit last week, but I mean, he needs a very special introduction live on the show. We're proud to welcome Henoc Muamba, former first overall pick,
yes.
Grey Cup champion,
yes.
Grey Cup most outstanding Canadian, Grey Cup
Yes.
most valuable player.
Whoa.
He's got quite the resume, so we're really pumped to have him join us today. Henoc, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great. Thank you guys for having me, man. I'm excited.
Resume is unreal.
Man, I don't know if I'll ever get tired of hearing that.
Hey, I even forgot to add on, co-host of a podcast as well.
There
The
you
Waggles.
go, man.
There's a
There
little
you
plug for
go.
them.
There you go, man. Shout out to Donovan Bennett, right?
And first, I don't know if it's changed since then, but you were the first player from St. Francis to be drafted first overall.
That's right. It hasn't happened again yet.
And all-time leader in tackles, I believe.
Yeah, I think somebody broke it, but
Okay.
when I left,
Okay.
I was.
All-time leader.
I got to
Okay.
check with my people out there.
There we go. Just adding to the list of accomplishments.
Trying to, and now, I'm out here on the huddle with you guys.
There we
man.
go.
I'm
There we
excited, man.
And
How many players have you had here?
This is week 7, so
This is-
you're the only second person
In
in
person.
studio. Yeah,
Yeah.
second
Let's
person. We
go.
had
We're
Andrew
breaking
Harris
records
first,
every day here.
and then you're second.
Let's
So
go. Ah, shoot. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. I'll take a short list with me and Andrew.
It's a pretty
We share another
elite
list together. We share
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
list together, so it's
Pretty
only
elite.
him and I. So we're good.
Pretty elite. Love
We're
it.
good.
not only are you joining our show, it's a great point to tell you this. The players that have been on our show, we've been, keeping track of how they're doing in our season, and we're
No,
starting.
no.
This is a good thing. This is a good
Okay,
thing.
I didn't know if it was a curse or
No, it's
So-
it's a glow up apparently.
We're
on.
starting to call it the Huddle Up effect. So
Okay.
we had Mario Alford on last week.
Okay.
He had 2 return
Yes,
touchdowns.
yes, I
we
saw
had
that.
Micah Away on. He had 10 tackles. The Stamps had a big win.
Okay.
We had Andrew Harris on next week. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Deontay Evans leads the league in
Okay.
interceptions. He was on our show.
As long as you didn't interview Andrew Harris before his baby, I already got 3. I don't need another one. If that's the result, I might have to do this virtual next time.
I want to ask you though, because you haven't played yet this season.
Yes.
So when you come back, what's the Huddle Up effect going to be for you?
Man, you know what? Just impact. That's the type of a guy and player that I like to be, and I like to have impact, and I try to do it right now, even though I'm not playing. But getting back on the field, it's tackles, it's picks, it's sacks, it's all the above. Huddle up effect. Let's go.
I love it. I love it. What's it been like for you though, just having obviously not starting the season on the field with your guys playing, but you mentioned it, just having a different impact on your team, being able to talk to them on the sidelines. I'm sure it's more kind of coaching in a player's perspective. So what's that been like for you?
Yeah, man, it's been like it's mentoring, and I love it. It's something that I've always taken very seriously, not just because I think it's important, but also I've received that as a young guy in the CFL, and so I try to share as much knowledge, wisdom as I can before my time is up within a football locker room. But the guys in the locker room are amazing. They're great listeners. They ask great questions as well, and we have a really good sense of family in our locker room, and so we care about each other. And so again, like I said, like everything that I've learned over the years, I try to share, whether it's on the field, whether it's off the field. Even today, actually, one of my, my teammates, one of my favorites on the team, Win McManus, had his son at, for the first part of the day. And, I told her, hey, look, I'm out on the field. Let me take care of your boy for the time being until his grandma came and took him. But, that's the type of team we have, and we're looking to get even stronger together. And I try to play my role as much as I can by, sharing nuggets every once in a while and all the wisdom that I've accumulated over the years.
Yeah, clearly something you're doing is working, and you guys seem to have this great camaraderie within the group, and you're the only undefeated team left in the CFL. So what have you made of the hot start from your team, and how do you guys look to keep this going as the season goes on?
I think the one thing that we're doing is, and we did this prior to even starting the season, we were all telling each other, hey guys, we're going to celebrate, last year, but we're leaving last year to last year. And we're level-headed from that perspective. The players themselves have such a high level of expectation for ourselves. We knew and we were aware about, the little slowdown that you can possibly have after a Grey Cup or after a championship year. And so that's one thing we just never wanted to experience. And so we're focused on the next game. We're focused on the current season, and we're not looking back. We know it's important to acknowledge what we've accomplished, but we're not looking back to try to, applaud or try to look back in the rearview rearview mirror because of what we've accomplished last year. We're actually trying to accomplish even more, and so we're challenging one another. And the coaching staff has done a great job of doing just that. You know, in our locker room, again, it's not even that it's forbidden to say champion or talk about that, but we don't bring it up much, right? It'll come up every once in a while, so it's not forbidden, but that's not what we're not trying to define ourselves by what we accomplished last year.
I'm sure it'll come up too, like when the playing days are all said and done too. That's the type of thing that obviously you remember, and you've got the ring and the stories and all of those things. But like you said, you're in the grind of trying to win another one right now, and you've got a different quarterback under center.
Ooh.
Great interview. The Waggle, we're going to plug it again because you guys had a sit down with him and it was awesome. You learned so much about Chad and his mindset, and just he's had just a very unique career in football as well. I guess just from your perspective through this season so far, just what have you learned from him now that you've seen him as a starter? Has anything surprised you, or just your overall impressions?
The funny thing is, a lot of the guys on the team already expected what he's doing now since last year. I mean, he's a guy that's extremely passionate. I spent a lot of time with him, whether it's during the season last year, even in the off season. I had a chance to go catch a couple Bills games. And you know, every time I'm in Buffalo, hey, Chad, I'm here. So we spent some time with him. We went to watch the game, and I was hanging out with him. He brought me to his uncle's little, he brings like a little mini bus in the parking lot all the time. So we're hanging out with all the Kellys, and
that's amazing.
And his uncle was there as well, and so it was pretty cool. But one thing that I'll tell you about Chad is that he's a guy that's extremely passionate, loves the game of football, and you know, since last year, I was telling guys, like, obviously we got a great quarterback in Mac, but you can always see Chad, you know, just itching, trying to get on the field, and you know, sure enough, now he has his opportunity. Like I said, nobody's really surprised. Literally, like, he can make any throw on the field, and we're seeing that more and more. And the biggest knock that you could possibly, you know, have on Chad was he doesn't have the experience, you know, and what are you going to do about that? And the only way to gain experience is to start playing. And so he's doing that right now, and you're seeing him make the throws that we all thought, you know, he could make. And we're excited for him. We're encouraging him. We're challenging him to do more and do better every single week. And he's doing just that. Like I said, it's easy when you're dealing with somebody that loves the game, with somebody that, you know, when he's off the field, he thinks football. He just wants to get better every single day on every single aspect. And again, so we're super excited about him.
Love that. It's just been great watching him too. I feel like as a Broncos fan of the NFL, like, I remember when he was drafted, and just like everything that's happened for him, it's been such a long road. So to see him just stick with football and succeed to how he is so far, and just kind of take everything as it comes and not think too far ahead. Like, it's just been fun to watch.
That's right. And you know, you guys, I'm super passionate about media. And one of the things that I love to do is storytelling, right? Talking about the guys in the locker room. And so I've been able to do that. I've been blessed enough to be able to do that in the multiple locker rooms that I've been a part of. But Chad is one of those unique stories that, you know, you talk about the humility that comes from the adversity that he had to experience. And so, you know, he's got a chip on his shoulder, right? And so that allows him to be Chad, you know, Chad Kelly that we see every single day. And so here's the crazy thing, guys. Here's the crazy thing. And I tell this to guys all the time. This Chad Kelly that we see on the starting quarterback of the Toronto Argonauts, the 4-0 Toronto Argonauts, the one that we just saw win a game in Montreal and stay cool and calm and poised at the end of the game, which I was interested to see because I wanted to see how he was going to react, you know, in the face of adversity, and he did really well. And so that Chad Kelly, that's probably the worst we're going to see him, right? Because he's only going to get better as the season progresses, and who knows, as, you know, we make the push and the run through the playoffs. So I'm excited for him. We're all excited.
Man, you guys are set up for some success if that's the worst version of him.
That was a pretty that game was the epitome of his nickname Swag Kelly. If I can say that, because we've seen him, you know, do it with his legs in the season, and we see him lead on the field. But that game, he made some big time throws in really, really big situations. So, and I mean, I think you tweeted it too. The games as a whole in the CFL last week were like incredible. Every single one was back and forth. But yeah, that was probably the highlight of the week for me. Just seeing him go down the stretch.
Yep.
But yeah, we have a little game for you today.
Before we get to the game, I got one more question.
Oh, okay.
Because I wanna ask you, because you are a podcast host, but you're also a player. Like, what has that relationship been like for you, talking about the league, but also playing in it, talking about different guys, different games, breaking things down? Like, was that a difficult transition to make? Has this always come naturally? What's the podcast side been
Oh
like
man,
for
it's
you?
been cool. It's been amazing, man. I love, like I said, I'm super passionate about media. I'm super passionate, obviously, about the game of football. To have played for year 12 now, so
Unreal.
but I'm super passionate about it. Obviously love talking about it as well, and like I said earlier, love storytelling. And so I think it's a unique perspective to be able to talk about football while still playing, right? To be able to chat with some of the guys when we go on an away game or when the team comes over, and we do a little segment on the Waggle with producer Kyle that I pitched in the offseason, and he loves it. We call it Dog of the Week, right? And so anyways, on there, I try to highlight some of the guys that perform very well, or guys that were people that maybe people forgot about, but that make super big plays that impact their teams. And so that's been the coolest part of being on the Waggle, and I get contacted by some of the guys that have received Dog of the Week from me, and these are guys that I obviously respect because of the fact that they play the game, but I don't necessarily have real relationships with them, right? So you always pull for the guys that are on the football field because you know how much of a warrior sport that it is. But at the end of the day, it's also taught me to understand the value of cheering somebody else on, right? Because it's cool. Like, obviously, when you play football, you want to win. It's always about you. But I understand now how to cheer for people on. I mean, this whole beginning of this season, I haven't played yet. I've been the biggest team's cheerleader, right? I'm rooting for the guys, I'm pulling for the guys, but at the same time, when I'm on a podcast table, I'm able to do that for the guys on the other teams,
Yeah.
and I'm able to highlight certain things that I'm seeing, and so it's been cool to kind of dive into different teams and see guys. And having been around for as long as I have friends on pretty much every single team, and now really some guys that I played against are on coaching staff. I'm thinking about Ryan Phillips out there in BC, played against him. I had coaches that coached me and coached him. I mean, John Bowman over there in BC as well was my teammate. And so it's pretty cool to have other coaches that coach me now on other teams, and I can kind of talk about some of the decisions that they made. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's an experience that, I'm excited about, and it makes me extremely humbled to be able to do that as well.
You do a wonderful job.
Thank you.
And I'm sure with, like anything, like with Chad and his reps, like the more reps you get at, you
Absolutely.
just feel more comfortable.
Absolutely.
And we're getting our bearings too in this. This is new for us. So
Yeah.
we're doing our best. But as Pac mentioned, you can introduce.
Yeah, and I
Which one
think
do you want to start with?
I think he gave a
we got
perfect
multiple
segue.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
we
multiple
got a
games here.
couple.
And I think him just talking about how so many people in the league and how the CFL is kind of a family, it's the perfect segue into this new game. These sort of styles of challenges have gained a lot of popularity recently in every sport. There's one in the NHL called Puck Doku that everyone's playing. I know there's an NFL one, there's an NBA one. We've created a CFL Immaculate Grid. So essentially, you will have to fill up this grid using all different players. So for example, this column has Saskatchewan, this column has Montreal. So for this square, you need to say a player that fits that category. Notice something special about this grid. You fit for every single possible category.
Oh my
You
goodness.
played on
You
all
guys
these
are putting me to
CFL
work,
teams.
huh?
You are a Grey Cup champ. You are the most outstanding Canadian in a Grey Cup. So the rule we put for you is you can only use yourself in one space. Every other space, you're going to have to name a player that fits for that category, but it can't be you.
I guess the first question is, where are you going to put yourself?
I'll put myself right about here, where the Toronto Argonaut crosses the Grey Cup champion.
Okay, where do you
right.
want to go next?
Okay, so next, I'm gonna go. The only other person that can fit here, other than myself, is Andrew Harris.
There we go. Easy.
Yeah. So we'll put there the only Grey Cup champ and Grey Cup MVP. I think I remember a Saskatchewan Rough Rider that was a Grey Cup MOC.
We got a couple.
Yeah, we
got
had
a couple,
that were on the Rough Riders. I think it was 2009 and 2013 when they won. Two Canadians.
Correct.
They were both
What year?
receivers.
2009, 2013.
Would it have been was it a receiver?
Yeah.
Both of them were.
Both receivers.
Rob
yeah.
Baggs?
No.
Wasn't
Not
Rob.
Bay.
Andy Fantus?
He is one
He
of them.
counts.
Andy.
Yeah, so we
Andy.
got
Let's
Andy
put Andy
here.
in there. Let's
The
put
other one
Andy in
was
there.
Chris Getzlaff.
Getzlaff.
Yeah.
That's right. I should have known that.
They were so, man, those receivers.
They-
that they
yeah,
had,
yeah, yeah.
Holy crap.
Back in those Darian Durant days. Yeah.
Yes.
Dressler, like, oh my goodness.
Montreal Grey Cup champ Anthony Calvillo.
Easy. Done.
Winnipeg Blue Bomber.
One myself.
That was a Montreal Alouette. And I can't pick me anymore.
Well,
No.
unless we let you move yourself, and then this square would be Grey Cup champ and Argo, and then you could just
You can pick someone else.
call in a little bit of
Oh,
an
yeah, let's
audible.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
so
do that.
We're,
So you're
we're doing
there.
it on the
Make a
fly.
move.
So
But
we're
then
moving it.
Who are you putting here? Which teammate?
So, oh man, you guys are putting me on the spot now. Let me put my partner in crime, Win McManus, right there.
There you go.
There
Okay.
we go.
Win
Okay.
McManus, Grey Cup champ and Toronto Argonaut.
Perfect.
Saskatchewan Rough Rider, who was a Toronto Argonaut, Jawan Breskison.
Jawan Breskison. There you go.
Good one.
Phil Blake was another one. Yeah. We got a couple. We got a couple.
Breskison, I'm pretty sure Breskison was the receiver that got the Randy Moss gloves.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Always wanted to ask him about it.
Yes,
So
he
cool.
did. He did.
Saw
He-
Chris and him like taking a picture with them. And like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, that catch is one of the best catches I've seen in pro football, CFL, NFL, you name it.
Unbelievable.
It's definitely up there. All right. What are we missing?
We are missing Saskatchewan, Montreal. Did we say Winnipeg, Toronto yet? I
No,
don't
we
know if
didn't. We
have.
didn't say
And then
Winnipeg, Toronto.
Winnipeg, most
Winnipeg,
outstanding
Toronto.
Canadian in the Grey Cup.
Most outstanding Canadian.
In the Grey Cup for
in the
Winnipeg.
Grey Cup,
Very recent.
Winnipeg.
Actually,
Yeah.
there's two. One of them is
you
one of
said
them you
one of
used
them
already, and that's
already.
I
the
know
teammate,
Andrew Harris. Yeah, I knew
So the
that.
year after,
another
there's
one.
another one. You can use a lifeline if you need.
Did Nick Dembski ever
Nick
get it?
Dembski
There
did.
we
Nick
go.
Dembski
Dembski.
did.
Man,
That's
that's
the
my
one.
boy, ND10.
There we go. That's
We
the
had
one.
him on the waggle recently too. So
Yeah.
okay.
Two left, I think, right?
Two left.
Montreal,
Yeah, Montreal,
Saskatchewan, and
Saskatchewan.
Toronto, Winnipeg.
Okay, Montreal, Saskatchewan,
You're
and
crushing.
Toronto,
Yeah.
Winnipeg. Toronto, Winnipeg. Come on, Enoch. You know this. Let me use a lifeline position at least.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
we
one
got the
I'm
same
thinking.
one.
Oh,
Same one.
come on.
yeah, we got the same one.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
close.
Lars used to
the
be
one.
an Argo.
I forgot about it until this moment. I was like, oh man,
That's
he
right.
did used to
That's
be an
right.
Argo.
That's
I
right. He was
just
an
think
Argo.
of him as a bomber with all the success he's had there.
There we go. There we go. There
All
we
right,
go.
last
one
one.
square.
Sask and Montreal.
There's two for this that we thought of earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
position.
Quarterback
Another
again.
one
There's
is
the
a
ones that I.
quarterback. Oh yeah,
the
both
two
of
that
them
I
are
thought of.
quarterbacks,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. Fajardo.
Yeah. There you
Or
go.
Trevor, which is so funny that they
Or
just swap-
Trevor
they
has
just swap teams, which is
fits the
hilarious.
description.
There we
Let's
go.
put him in.
And
Lock
that is
him in.
that is the Immaculate Grid. You crushed it.
Oh, that's a good grid, man. That's
Yeah.
a good grid. We got to add another team here now, and let's see how it's gonna go, huh?
We can switch this up. We got so many different combinations we can do. It's
like
a lot
it.
of fun. It's a fun little
I
game.
like it. I like
The
it.
second game we have for you.
Ooh.
You got to guess your teammates' tweets.
Woo!
We got some tweets. Some are from the same person. I won't say who yet, though, but I'm
Oh,
just going to pull up a
boy.
random one. The tweet is Cheetos Puffs, sunflower seeds, and FIFA. Sounds like a good night to me. From November 2nd, 2012.
2012.
Are there any guys that play FIFA that you know of that
in
But-
2012?
but this is 10
and
years
these
ago.
Were all
Like-
my teammates.
These
are all
guys.
your
So
current
I'm in-
teammates right now?
Current team. Okay,
Current
fine,
Argos
fine,
team. Yeah,
fine. I was about to
not
go
history.
back.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like-
no, not history. They play on the
Did we
Argos
even
right
tweet in
now.
2012? I'm
Apparently.
aging myself, but
This guy must have been like, I don't know, like 16 years old. Just 10
Yeah,
years ago,
maybe.
maybe even younger.
oh my god!
know,
so,
actually.
so they weren't even playing on a team yet.
They weren't on the Argos at the time of this tweet.
Oh,
they
boy.
were just getting into the league, if I can
season.
remember
Oh, okay.
correctly.
So there.
Sounds like a good night to me.
Is there anyone that plays FIFA that...
There's a few guys. There's a
okay.
few guys. This Flo, who's a avid FIFA player. I hear he's the best one.
Who's Flo?
Florin.
Oh, okay.
Yes. He's a probably one of the better ones. So I hear.
So you're here. Okay.
Boris isn't bad either. Davaris is not. He plays a little bit.
I will
I
say,
need a position.
you've mentioned him. It's
It's one of those three.
one of those three.
Really?
Yeah, you've mentioned him.
Who's taking sunflower seeds while playing FIFA?
But the mix of the Cheetos and the sunflower
Yeah,
seeds,
that's
I've
what
never
I'm
heard
saying.
of that.
Like,
in my
how
life.
are you doing that? You putting the seeds on one side and the Cheetos on the other? What are we doing
Also,
here?
I never trust anyone that eats like Cheeto things when they're playing video games.
Whoever this is cannot be trusted.
No. Because the dust gets on the controller. Like that's the biggest no ever.
And I wonder if he let the people that he's playing FIFA with know what he was doing, because that's unacceptable. But hold on, Boris Beatty?
That is correct.
Wow,
Boris
you got
Beatty.
it.
He's done.
That is Boris Beatty from
He's
2012.
done. 2012? I cannot believe that.
Let's go with this one here. How clean is toilet water? This person tweets a lot.
Gosh.
This is from April 11th of this year, not long ago. This person tweets a ton.
How clean is toilet water?
I don't know why they tweeted this. There's no context to this.
Yeah, I hope it's not what we're all thinking, right? He's not. Just.
You'll have to ask him and report back to us.
I'm definitely going to ask him. Oh my goodness.
I can give you a position.
Give me a
group if you
position.
want. Wide receiver.
I figured it was going to be a wide receiver. Is that DeVars, Daniel?
That's the part.
He's 2 for 2.
Come on, DD, man. And he's a father of 2 now. A father of 2, and this is 2023, so he did it when he had a second already. This is unacceptable. I'm going to have to call and reach to Julia and check on him. Unbelievable.
Oh, goodness. That's...
This guy.
It was a weird one. That's definitely the weirdest tweet I've found. I've learned the slang because I didn't know the slang.
Tired.
It's just another way to say, or it's slang for like Air Force Ones of Nikes.
Now I got to start tweeting again, huh?
Do you want the position group?
Give me the position
It's a
group.
DB.
That I feel like that's a DB tweet.
Yeah?
You know, I could see a DB
Yeah, 'cause
rocking
I haven't told you who these people
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
either, so you're kind of playing along with it.
That definitely is a DB tweet. DBs are very much just super similar. So it's like a toss up in the air. But I'm thinking right now, is it Deshaun Amos?
That's who I thought it was. That was
Wow,
my
you guys
guess.
are on the same
Because
wavelength. That's
when
not
I
Deshaun.
met him at the Grey Cup, we got him to tweet. So I just was like, yeah, this guy's putting everything out there. We got him to
my
tweet something at the Grey
goodness.
Cup.
Not Deshaun Amos.
It's definitely not Royce Mechie. It's not Royce Mechie. It's Royce Mechie?
It's Royce Mechie.
Come on, man.
Do you agree with his unpopular opinion that Air Force Ones are formal attire?
It depends how you put it together. But no, I don't agree with it. I do not agree with it.
He's right about it being unpopular.
It is unpopular.
There are a couple people that just tweet a lot that they're going to appear multiple times on this. So it might be someone that you've said already.
That sounds like a DeVars Daniel thing to say, though.
It's not the
Sure,
VARs.
the gas prices go up every time. I need to fill up the tank.
Hashtag problems, hashtag up 20 cents in 2016.
Wait a minute. For how you complaining about gas prices
I
in
know.
2016?
Little
Whoever
did-
this is, what is he saying now about the
Little
gas
did
prices?
he know.
What position is this?
He's a special teamer.
Yeah, there's the giveaway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you go a little more
Wow.
specific?
Boris did that, huh?
That's
Sounds
right
about
away.
Boris.
That's Boris.
Sounds about Boris.
Just straight up, LeBron is the GOAT.
You know any LeBron fans on the team?
I feel like this is always a debate in football. I
It
think
is.
it's
I'll say
sports
this is
locker
this is
rooms.
one of the younger guys.
It has to
I
be.
know who this is. I know
It's
who it is.
100% a young guy. 2023, 100% a young guy gonna say LeBron is a GOAT.
Are you an MJ guy then? That's your. Or do you fall on that side of the debate?
You know what? I actually love Michael Jordan, but when it comes to basketball alone, I'll go Michael Jordan. But when you're looking at the totality of the human being, I have to go with LeBron just
Yeah.
because of how much he does off the field. And I have so much respect for an athlete to be able to. Plus, I'm year 12 in football, and he's going on year, 22,
Yeah, something like
23?
that.
We're pretty much equivalent, so I can relate to him.
There we go.
You know, 12 years of football is pretty much 20 years in every.
I was gonna say it might be more.
Might
than
be
20
30 it
years
might be
in the
30
NBA.
years,
Wait,
yeah.
it might
Especially
be.
the position you play.
Yeah,
You're
yeah. There you go. There you go.
Right?
I guess I'm a LeBron guy.
Okay, I like it.
But
I think
which teammate said this?
Want to give him the position?
wide receivers is the position. Young guy.
Could it be Curly Gittens?
It could
It
be
is.
Curly Gittens.
It is Curly Gittens. Huh? Wow.
Do you guys debate about this in the locker? I
Oh
feel
man,
like
it comes up all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna
It could
say.
get pretty serious too,
Yeah.
man. It could get very serious, and guys walk their separate ways. And yeah. No, this happens all the time.
especially with basketball, there's so many debates.
And here's the
within
thing,
basketball.
too, guys. Here's the funny thing. For whatever reason, and remember, I've been on multiple football locker rooms on both sides of the border. For whatever reason, most football players claim to be amazing basketball players. Me included.
The The question is, are you?
I am. Listen,
There we go. Okay.
I always have to say this. I just tell them, look, we could go down the street,
Yeah.
Mississauga Road. Let's go to Father Micah Gates and walk the halls. You'll see my pictures and ask some of the teachers that are over there. They'll let you know. They'll let you know.
What's your play style? Are you like a post up guy? Are you a
When I
shooter?
used to play and I was serious about basketball. I was smaller than this. So that's the reason why some of my teammates usually can't see me playing basketball. They go, man, you too big to play basketball. I was more like a 3, like a Swiss Army.
Oh, yeah.
I could play defense. I could rebound. And, if I need to step out and take a shot, I'll do it. If I need a slash, I'll do it. So I was a Swiss Army knife, man. But
Like it.
extremely valuable to any team that had me on.
Absolutely.
You have a pro comp, an NBA pro comp for yourself?
I do not.
No?
I do not. But I'll say this. Actually. People used to call me, I never saw it. People
Okay.
called me the chosen one. People said that I looked like LeBron. I didn't see it. This isn't me saying this, guys. This is what people said about my game. They said I was a beast. That was my nickname in high school when I used to play basketball, and that was my thing. I'm just saying. And I almost played on my university basketball team. I had a shot at it, but it just didn't happen.
The LeBron comps are just the same amount of time, the
You know.
longevity, the championship.
Listen, this is
Here
what
we
people
go.
are saying. This isn't me. I don't want
And
people
if
coming
people-
after me.
If people
I don't
are
want
saying
people-
it, it's true.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I could see it. I
wanna
could see
watch
it.
some of the highlights.
Listen. If you were driving the basket, I would not want to be in the way. I'll say that.
I'll take that.
I would not
man.
want to be in the
I'll
way.
take that.
I'm getting out. I'm not drawing a charge. That's for sure.
Take that.
Got 2 more for you.
Can you wear house shoes in an apartment? Oh my goodness.
This guy tweets a lot too, actually.
Yeah.
This sounds like a receiver thing to say. What position are we at here?
It's a small position group, quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks. I don't feel like Chad tweets that much. Chad?
He tweets a lot.
Oh my goodness. He definitely. Oh yeah, he does say what's on his mind. House shoes in an apartment. That is
think
a
you
big.
can.
It's a big thing. It's a big conversation to have, especially because a lot of Americans wear their shoes, their outdoor shoes indoors.
Inside.
Yeah, which
Right.
is just
When I have family in the U.S. and whenever we visit, I always take my shoes off, and they go, "Why are you taking your shoes off?" I'm like, "That's just what we do."
Yeah.
You can't bring your shoes from outside and bring them in. And I have kids at the house. I don't let people walk in. Like our youngest daughter crawls on the floor all the time. Like, no, you're not walking in with your shoes. So no, Chad, you're wrong.
Cannot wear house
Cannot
shoes
wear it.
in
You
an
cannot wear it.
apartment.
To answer your question, you cannot.
Last one, and this is another repeat person
is a
because
good
this
one.
tweet was just so funny. I had to put it in. What a great day! ... Not in all caps. I don't know what happened on this day to this particular person.
But the one thing I'm noticing is it's 11:22 in the morning when this was tweeted. So the day's just getting started, and he's already like, "This day sucks."
Whoever this is, too, if they were already in the CFL, they should be working. They're not supposed to be tweeting. So we're going to have to have a conversation. You can't be tweeting at 11:22.
So it's one person that we've already
Talked
said
about.
for these tweets. It's another repeat tweeter.
Offense or defense?
Offense. Well, yeah, I guess it's offense. He
Scores points.
scores points.
Boris Beatty? This sounds so negative, but that makes sense because Boris is a specialist. A specialist is one of those guys that has so much time throughout the day. I always make fun of him for it, and he hates it. But the truth is, he has so much time. He comes in, he punts, he gets his stretches in, and at this time, probably the offense was meeting, the defense were meeting as well, and he's finished his meetings for the day. He's just waiting for the guys to go outside of practice. I promise you, this is exactly what happened on September 23rd, 2015 at 11:23.
I love that. I love the breakdown. That's how
If he's got all this free time too, maybe we got to get him on the show.
yeah, we'll get him.
Listen.
Maybe face him in
You
a
can
little
get him on the
kicking
show at
competition.
11:22.
Oh man, that is guessing your teammates' tweets with. the
That's
offense.
funny, man. That's
That was
funny.
awesome.
That was great. You nailed that too.
Yeah,
I
both
love
games.
it.
Both
I love
games.
it.
Little games. We've got anything else before we let
We'll
you go?
close off with the segment we do every week called Three Downs.
Okay.
We talked a lot about Chad Kelly earlier, and I said how I love his nickname, Swag Kelly. You mentioned Flo, another nickname on the team. So in the spirit of
I
nicknames,
don't even know if it's a nickname or if people just don't want to say Falarin.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go.
But in the spirit of that, can you give us, 3 downs? You got to give us 3 things. Can you give us the top 3 nicknames on the Toronto Argonauts?
And is your nickname still AO for Always.
over.
Or all over.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah,
So
yeah.
I pulled up a video of when you got drafted, and then there were coaches on the panel
Yeah,
talking about that.
yeah,
Their nickname is
yeah.
AO, all over. He's all over the field. So is that still your nickname?
Not anymore, but
Okay.
it depends, right? If I see my university guys, they'll still
call
call
you
me
AO.
AO.
Okay, there
They'll
we go.
contact me, AO. I see you doing your thing.
There
So
we go.
I mean, you know,
That's a sweet
for
nickname.
that time,
I like
in
that
my-
one.
you know, that time in my life, it's definitely still a name that survived.
It's a great nickname.
He who knocks. People get called their
He who
Instagram
knocks.
names a lot.
Yeah.
And so one of the nicknames I'm gonna put on there. How about this? I'm gonna let you guys guess whose name this is.
Okay,
Oh,
I love
gosh.
this. Pulling the
but it's-
reverse on us.
His nickname is Tootie.
I'm trying to think of who this could be.
Why is that his nickname? Is that going to give it away? If it's going to give it away, then we'll...
It's actually not. It's
Okay.
just what it
It's
was
just what it
called
is?
when he was younger.
Okay.
I was thinking at first it could be like maybe someone who wears like number 22 or like
Nope.
something with twos.
Nope.
What position group?
Position group is going to be receiver. His Instagram is TDF, and that's his nickname.
Is it Tavares?
That is the
Yeah.
part.
It's Tavares.
He has a whole story that he only him can explain. But I remember that was my first question when I got we became teammates, and I'm like, TD, first of all, why do they call you TD? Your name is DD.
Yeah.
And so people call him DD, people call him TD. But I'm like, why TD? And he said, that's my nickname. I'm like, okay, talk to me more about that. And so he said, yeah, when I was younger, they used to call me Tootie. And then I forgot what the D is, but it's TD. And F is like Wayne always used to talk about. The F is for whatever. And so it's TDF. If you see the Varsdale, you got to ask him for his story and where it came from. He'll let you know.
So Tootie, first down. Who do we got on second?
Swag Kelly is
Yeah,
up there.
swag is
One-
good, man.
In fact, you guys got to pull it up. It came up randomly in training camp. There is a song after him on YouTube.
Oh, no.
Swag Kelly, when he was still at Ole Miss.
Oh, that
Gotta
makes
pull it up.
sense.
My bad, Chad, but I had to do it. I had to do it. There
rap
it is.
Video
There it is.
Kelly should have made.
There it is.
Oh, I mean, this is a production.
Chad Kelly, number 12, swag, Under Armour, All-American, swag, Player of the Year, All-State.
There we go.
This is so good because
There we go. My bad, Chad.
There we go. Chad Kelly, Swag Kelly, second down.
Third down. Tea time.
Tea time.
Who's that?
if he said it's nothing to do with his actual name, I don't think it's like anyone that starts with a T.
Slightly something to
Slightly?
do with it, but not
Tea time.
tea time. And when he makes a play, he does this. It's one of the coolest things you'll ever see.
Oh.
He does this.
Oh.
It's not Royce Mechie, is it? No.
It's not Royce Mechie. Tavares McFadden.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to guess Robert.
He goes to practice with a G-Shock so he can do this. And I kid you not, last year we were going to practice and I used to tell him, because he always tells me, Henoc, every day 11-11 I always catch it. And we got a big scoreboard on our practice field at Emport Field. And some days I wouldn't hear him. And I said, you're lying. He said, every day I always call 11-11. Make a wish. He always says every single day without missing one. When we're at practice, he will say it. And to be honest with you guys, tea time is always aware of the time. Every single practice, when it's 11-11 now, he runs it. Eat up. 11-11, make a
you know.
wish. Yep.
Wow.
Tea time.
That's good.
Sally with
That was a good final pick, I gotta
That's,
say.
that's a great one. That's a great one. I got nothing else.
Yeah, all right. I mean, this has been great. Thanks for coming on with us today. You crushed the games. You
Glad
gave us
to
some
be
great
here,
great
man.
stories. We definitely got to do
Chad
this
Kelly
again.
Song.
And yeah.
Anything else you want to say before you leave?
Listen, man, I'm glad to be here, man. But thank you guys for inviting me, and we got to do this again one more time.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Thank you so much, and all the best the rest of the year. Hopefully, it ends with another Grey Cup.
Yes, that's the idea. Back to back, baby.